Okay, Bob, get your ass up here. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday night. Happy first of the month. I pinned the link at the top if anybody wants to join us. Your ears are bleeding. Hi, Nola. Actually, the reason I picked Beethoven was simply for the fact that going through the music that you won't get a copyright strike for on YouTube, I had a hard time finding something that lasted 20 minutes. So it was either Beethoven or a bunch of songs cobbled together. Hey, anybody coming up with me? Hey, Patty. Patty, hello. I'm waiting, Bob. Put your pants on. Terry, are you going to come up? Darlene, hello. Well, I'll show you guys what I sold one of the drawings that I needed to sell tonight. And which is this one here. This guy sold. So I'm halfway there to getting my rent paid. So what I have left for tonight is this one here, which is going to be, I think I'm going to put it on an 8x10 mat, which should look pretty nice. It'll have like 2 inches of mat all the way around it, and you'll be able to drop right into an 8x10 frame. And then I have this one here, which is in a 5x7 mat, and will drop right into a 5x7 frame. You'll come up if I refuse to let. Oh, Ginger already bought it. Sorry, Ginger already bought it. I think only Oscars wants it. It's actually from a photo of one of her fish. She was on earlier and trying to lay dibs on it, so she's probably going to be back. Oh, there's Bob. Hello.
I just barely got my top on. I had an unexpected social engagement.
Ah, okay.
What's going on, guys?
Terry.
What's
Hey,
up?
Terry.
How is everyone?
Oh, you got your stuff there. Awesome.
So how is everybody today?
Well, I'm good, I guess.
Doing great.
Paradise.
How are you, Terry?
Thanks, Rack.
Found out I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so.
Oh, that's
Rack, why don't you come up? The link is pinned at the top, and I also sent it to you on Messenger. I did. I missed Rack's stream this morning because I slept through my alarm. I actually set my alarm so I wouldn't miss it, and then I did because that's what I do.
I missed it because I was taking that dog at the yard.
Well, I set my alarm, but I turned off my alarm and went back to sleep.
That's always
And
a
I
good
woke up
feeling,
and I was
ain't
like,
it?
oh shit.
It's one of the best feelings in the world where your alarm clock goes off and you're like, yeah, this ain't happening.
I actually do
Until
that.
you wake up and realize you should have gotten up a couple hours ago.
No, I set mine usually 3 times on my phone. And the first couple, I just turn it off and say, no, nope, nope. It helps me wake up. Like 15 minutes apart. Let's see. I better
That's
sit
just
over here.
like having a snooze, really.
Well, this morning I had put my alarm across the room
What
thinking
did
if I
he
had
say?
to get up to turn it off, I would get up. But I got up and turned it off and went back to bed.
Did you say that's like having a soup?
A snooze.
Oh, I was slurping my coffee and I thought, well, was I that now loud?
I tried using a Google Nest for an alarm, so you could just go, hey, Google, set alarm for 5 a.m. or whatever. Well, the downfall is you can go, hey, Google, shut up. And it quits.
Oh no.
So you don't even have to get out of bed.
Yeah, that wouldn't work for me. That would never work.
No. Well, what do you got there, Terry? Cars?
What do you mean?
What's in front of you?
Oh, yeah, you've seen them all before.
I don't think I have.
They're just my part of my collection of Dale Senior cars.
That's not the stuff that. Okay, yeah, I have seen them. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
these
right.
are the bigger ones. These aren't the ones that.
That I saw.
Yeah, these are the bigger ones
Oh Lord, come here.
with opening hoods and trunks and.
Here's your fanboy, Pam. Say something so I can drink.
Yazzie. Yazzie. Look at you.
He's like, where did those anoles go? All right. Over there and lay down.
I've been working on tanks. I'm trying to get all these tanks behind me to not look so green, but it's like a losing battle, man.
You got algae or what?
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of different types of algae, too.
Oh no, fish dreams.
Yes, fruit punch, Patty. Telling you right now, sobriety sucks. There ain't nothing good about it.
I didn't know Patty was in here, or I would have came right in.
I had one of my pit bulls chase Mario up into the neighbor's tree, and we had to go up there and get him down. And when I got him down, he was like, his hips were all sore and stuff for like 2 or 3 weeks, and it kind of took a little bit of the strut out of him. Like, he still struts around the house, but when he goes outside, he's keeping a wary eye on everybody.
This was a boyfriend? Who was this?
Talking about Mario.
Oh. Never mind.
Mario's always had this certain strut about him when he goes outside.
His stroll.
Bunny.
Put his stroll on.
Yep.
I insulted you saying don't bother to wash because that funk don't come. You're right. I think I got something on me today that bleach won't even get off. You are right.
I found out something kind of neat over the last couple days.
What's that?
I've been blaming my oh gosh, not crebensis. The Severums. I've been blaming the Severums on eating the plants in the 75 gallon that I can't seem to grow plants in to save my life. So I floated some Vallisneria just as like a holding spot because I wanted to move it around. I'm trying to thin out some of the Vallisneria I've got. And I've been watching this pink-tailed Chalceus just attack that stuff.
Really? Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's attacking it like like it dated his sister or something.
Mhm.
I mean, I've never seen him so fat. That's all he does all day long is attack and eat the Vallisneria stems.
Wow. I've never kept one of those very long. So I didn't know.
I knew they'd nibble on him maybe, but not. I mean, he's just flat out. I mean, that's all he's eating.
Well, now, are they a tetra? Or are they in the tetra family?
Well, they're a cyprinid, but I
Yeah.
do believe they're in their own genus. But
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's what I get for blaming all them stupid severums.
They will eat some plants, though. I would have done the same thing. My new little ones are getting some size on them back there, so they're all pushing to see who's the boss. And Pam, I'm down to 9 anoles.
9 of them. Oh, you gave one to him already?
Yeah. He was hungry and they were sleepy from dehydration and whatever they were. And so I thought now's the time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Chewy corrected me.
Let me see. Not a cyprum.
Cherison or whatever it is.
That's what I heard when you said that.
I get those two confused all the time. Why did they gotta, the two very major fish families, and they gotta start them both with C?
Yep.
I get them mixed up constantly.
I've seen them on the Carison or whatever page, Facebook page. That's a cool page.
All of the saltwater fish start with C. Too.
Start with what?
C.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They all start in the C.
Oh, Pam.
The C.
Do you see yourself out, Pam?
Okay, I'll be back later.
Gotta breathe some Tetris. We're gonna have rain all day here tomorrow. Fish streams. You want me to send you a jug?
Fish Dreams is asking about egg yolk for feeding tiny fry, and man, that's an old school way of doing it. But yes, you can do it. They will eat it. You gotta mush it up pretty fine. But yes, they will eat it. But I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of gonna foul your tank. You're gonna have to keep up with your water changes. But that's definitely an old school fry food.
Have you done it, Terry?
Yes, I have. And it does work.
I like my eggs too much.
But it does foul your tank. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It gets kind of grody.
Cribs are all the plants they could reach in their tank. Wow. Kiwi, you should get them some duckweed maybe. Throw it in there.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, only Oscar seems to have left.
Only Oscars.
Yeah, I think she wanted that one drawing, but maybe not. I don't know.
She's probably around. You know that's Christopher's aunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know her name is June, right?
Yep.
I bet you don't know what her nightgown color is.
No, I don't. I hope you don't either.
Could be not. Oh, she's real sweet. She's real sweet.
Mike says he locked the doors. So, eventually I got to do an auction because I'm about halfway to being able to pay my rent. which halfway is better than no way.
Yeah, that's where I saw it, Lisa, was he was doing it and had a video on it. Yeah, that's where I saw it recently. In the last couple of months. You're right. I like to get him on our panel, but I can't ever catch him. As a guest. Or to replace Pam. Nothing. Just thinking out loud.
You're going to replace me? Okay.
No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. Oh, I talked to Ed, or Ed messaged me, talked to him, and we are going to go Saturday to the Atlanta thing.
Is it a fish thing or a reptile?
It's that club, Mitchell Broom's club meeting.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That Nanfa guy, because Ed and I both are interested in, the North American Native, North American Native Fish Association.
Well, I hope you make some videos.
Maybe. Oh, you do want me to send you some rainwater? I'll send you some. It's only $100 a gallon, weight-wise. You won't need that much. How big is the tank it's going to go in? But yeah, he said it starts at 1, so we'll have to be gone from here like 10:30 at the latest. And we eat on the hoof while we're driving. But we got to meet up with her, probably at Ethan's shop, because that's just a mile maybe out of the way. She could leave her vehicle there. I need to let her know that. It should rain soon. Well, how big is the tank? It rained, but it evaporated. You know how to do like they do in the desert? I've never done it, but it seems to work. I put a piece of plastic out and make it sway down in the middle and put a little hole in
yeah,
it.
that would work.
Yeah, and attach it to like 4 poles or a surface and then 2 poles. And
So make like a funnel.
Right, there you go. I missed the day that they talked about the different shapes, Pam, triangles and funnels and all that. Never have caught up.
Where did Terry go?
He said he'd be right back. I bet he went for a makeup touch-up. Everybody's super sensitive and aware now with this Johnny Depp, Amber Heard trial going on. It is a lot of money for water. It just depends on. Well, you can use that flat rate, that $14.99. It doesn't matter what the weight is, whatever that one's called.
Yeah, you could just fill it up with water and take it to the post office.
The box, right?
Yeah.
They'll rub that. Where did I ship fish recently? Oh, to Sandy Farrell won the auction on those endlers, and I sent them to her, I think on Tuesday that next week, and I double bagged them, and they were in a styrofoam box, but sometimes I leave the lid off. Can't remember if I did on them, and still put the heating pad in there so that they get some in the bottom. I'll pad on, but anyway, sometimes I leave the lid off. I've done it many times over the millennia. And Ed said sweet. I don't remember what I sent to him last time. It was sweet though. But anyway, she said that they had leaked, and the box was all wet and soggy, but the fish were all okay. And I said, well, I hope they didn't, because they were tied and rubber band and everything. And I always check to make sure they're not leaking, and double bag them. Checked all 4 bags, but I'll be damned. It's always somebody and want to do make sure everything's just right.
Yeah, I was shipping some fish one time, some Corys, and I got to the post office and picked up the box and it was wet. So I took it back home again. and opened it up, and I didn't have time to ship them to pack them again until the next day. Oh, look, Mikey's talking to you, Bob.
I don't see Mikey. I'm still behind.
You know he's not talking to me.
He is talking to you. I bet he's sending you some sign language back there too. I'll give you a quarter if you can get him to come
Hey,
up.
Rack.
Hey,
Is that right?
hey, what's up?
Hey, Rat. I guess I'll come off the chat for Rat so I can see.
Pam, I'm sorry I'm late. I appreciate your message. It just, every day it takes me longer in makeup to get ready.
You look flawless.
Well, thanks. It's not without effort. This ain't easy.
Well, no.
I'm
But all the
glad
time
Terry
paid
needed
off.
to go for a retouch there. He needed to reapply, so I was
That's
glad he
what I
took care of that.
That's what I think.
I want to talk to Terry about that All-Star race.
I watched the highlights. I thought it was pretty boring for an all-star race, to be
Oh, it's
honest. with you.
horrible. But the excitement was when Blaney couldn't get his window screen back up.
Right.
And now it's just all hell broke loose. And
Like I said, that I don't know. For an all-star race, I don't know. It's almost like they're not willing to tear up a race car to win some money.
yeah, unless they have some freak tire go when they're all alone in a turn. And yeah, it wasn't a very exciting race as far as the sports driver goes. But
I
did
used to
get
love
mighty torqued over the window net deal.
Yeah.
The bone, I just love to chew on it. There's nothing that could have happened or will happen that will satisfy me. It's one of those. I'm deciding to be disgruntled, and it's pretty cool.
I've been disgruntled with NASCAR for a very long time.
I think they build it in. It's part of the show. Everywhere you go, there's drama, right? Right, Pam?
That's right.
I mean, if you go back to the Winston and the that event, it was an exciting race every year.
Right.
It was no points, so it didn't matter if you DNF'd. You were going to win $1 million.
Yeah.
The car owner would look at the driver and say, "Do whatever you got to do to win $1 million."
Yeah, balls to the wall, go get it.
Bring me back the steering wheel. The rest of the car, I don't care about.
And now it's more of a circus. This show, the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, it's
Blake Shelton or whatever is the show instead of the driving. So yeah. And if you watch, we talked a little bit the last time about DW cheating. And I finally found the entire episode of Dale Earnhardt Jr. interviewing Darrell Waltrip, and he's just cackling about all of the shenanigans they used to pull. And he said, "It's not rule breaking, it's rule making."
Correct. There's no rule that said there was no rule that said you couldn't have a helmet made out of pure lead in the car when you weighed it.
And the radio.
Yeah, and the radio. There was no rule that said you couldn't do it.
Yeah, so if you don't have a crew chief that's expanding the rules, you need a new crew chief.
My favorite one was like Dale Sr. was always really good at Daytona. And one of the reasons he was really good, and it took a couple years for him to catch on, was they took all the rebound out of the shocks. So it got that spoiler out of the air, less drag, because it's all about aerodynamics on the big tracks.
Yeah.
So while they're pushing the car to tech, they're literally picking up on the car, because if it hit a bump, it would go down and just stay down. So they're lifting the car up while they're rolling it onto the scale and praying nobody leaned on it. And then, shoot, man, they dropped that green flag, and the first bump he'd hit, his ass end would sit down and he'd just go.
So I think I'd love to have some of those renegade guys, those Mavericks, in the fish fam, just to drive the fish police nuts.
Oh yeah. Well, I do that all the time anyway.
I was going to say, if you look around here, there may be a few. I don't know.
Pam's driving me nuts.
Pam's got a beautiful painting there to auction.
Yeah.
I do. I should. I sold one of them this morning, so I'm like halfway to my rent. So I got to
Who
sell these
bought it,
other
Pam?
two. Ginger.
That deal may be off, Pam.
Did you not get a chance to buy it, Bob?
A very, very slim millisecond.
Just basically a courtesy, and it was going to Ginger all along.
Hi, Scruffy City.
Right. I think it was a setup. But she must have overheard the part about putting her out in Dalton on the way to Atlanta this weekend. Because
She'll show you.
she's softening up.
Well, what are you
Yep,
going to
this
do?
is the
Pam?
one
You going to
that
auction
Ginger
the
bought.
killdeer? Oh, is that the one that sold?
Yeah,
Oh,
Ginger
kill
bought that one.
That's a killdeer, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's
You
a
know
killdeer.
why they call it killdeer? It confused me as a bird watcher for a long time.
Isn't that what
Wow.
they sound like?
It
They kind
is
of do say kill deer, kill deer.
killdee. So they used to call it a killdee, and then they said it was a killdeer. So it was killdeeing. It made it a killdeer.
All I know is they're very entertaining as a kid growing up.
Oh,
That
this one.
broken wing.
This one is called Ginger.
Before I got onto their trick, I was like, how come they always look like they're hurt? You go over to
Yeah,
try
they
and help
act
them
like
and
they
they
have
fly
a broken
away.
wing to lead you away from their nest. Yep.
That is awesome.
You know, for an 8-year-old, it's kind of confusing, you know?
It sounds
Mystifying.
like their language is evolving if they're adding consonants to their sentence.
Well, it's birders, that. So here's the deal, Bob. If you get elected to the committee that gets to name the birds, you want your name on a name change.
Oh, okay.
So what once was a kildee is now a killdeer. And then the next board that's elected, you might end up with a northern killdeer.
Man, it almost sounds like cichlids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys.
What are you
well,
auctioning,
we're
Pam?
gonna do an auction.
I've got a tea time in the morning. Let's get on with this auction. I may want to buy something.
Okay, so what we got is the Oscar.
That's wonderful. What size is that?
That's a 4x6, and I'm going to put it on an 8x10 mat, so it'll have 2 inches of mat around it, and it'll drop right into an 8x10 frame.
Where's
I'll
only
make myself
Oscar?
bigger for a minute.
What colors
Although
are
I
in
hate
that?
to, but I guess I will.
Yeah. What colors are in that?
It's got
Nice,
blues,
City.
which it's not really showing up good on the camera
Yeah.
because my camera stinks, and it's not showing all the detail in it, but it's got like blues and violet and then the oranges and yellows.
Well, as
Basically,
usual, the
like a tiger
perspective
otter.
is amazing and accurate. And it appears as though we have several independently painted scales with multicolors.
Yep.
George, I'll
I don't know how you do it,
message
Sam.
him.
I don't know how you do it.
I'll message him, George. Sorry.
So
What kind of paper is that?
that's on the handmade bark paper, and I did the background black to make the fish stand out more.
What did you do the black with?
Actually, that is black acrylic paint.
Yeah. Okay. Is it flat or matte?
It's flat.
Mm-hmm. Really makes that fish pop.
Yep, that's what I wanted, was for the fish to kind of pop out off of it. So that one, and I can't get it because my camera's not that good. I can't really show the detail in it. If I get too close to the camera, it gets blurry, but
With every one of your paintings I've got, it's been like beautiful on camera, and then when I get it, it's like, wow, it's so understated. You can't even believe it.
Yeah.
and then I've also got the sandhill crane, which
Yeah,
is
you
colored
do.
pencil on the bark paper, and it's a 4x6 and a 5x7 mat, and that's all I've got tonight.
Thanks
So
to Ginger.
He just ain't gonna let that go, is he?
So the sandhill crane, I will not put a reserve on it, and the Oscar, I'm gonna put like a $50 reserve on it.
Which one's
Okay.
first?
So we'll do the Oscar first. If anybody wants an Oscar,
Yeah, someone put me in a $50 bid. I don't have the chat up.
Okay, I'll put you in for it.
We're not fooling around with less than reserve bids.
Put me
Oh,
in
wait,
for
I need to.
put me in for 60 on it.
Okay.
I thought we were friends, Bob. I see how it is.
I started to say 70.
I didn't even hear the bus coming, and all of a sudden I know they have long tailpipes.
We don't have anybody in charge of the bidding. You want to be in charge of the bidding, Terry?
Oh God, you don't want me in charge of anything.
Terry the auctioneer. Here we go. Here we go.
I was trying to think of what that bird
Jan.
that Fish Dreams asked you about, Rick, but I can't. No idea.
I missed it, Fish Dreams. I'm sorry. If you're still here, put it back in there.
I don't even remember seeing a bird like that down there.
Okay, so we got $60. Anybody else?
It's a house finch, Fish Dreams.
A house
It's a
finch.
male house finch.
Invasive species, right?
From
the last
Europe,
10
yeah.
years.
Yeah. Recent. Like,
Really?
they were very rare in the United States in the 70s.
You got
Now
Mike's
everywhere.
Aquatics was 65. He just basically said, "Screw you, Bob."
Well, I've been
Mike's
gone
Aquatics,
from there.
That's a strong bid. Way to go.
That's why I never saw it. I've been gone from there 25 years.
I don't think they're as common in Florida as they are here in the mountains.
Man,
On the
you guys
bird
are
feeder
letting
today,
that
we
go
had a
that
dozen.
cheap for an original work of art.
Right, Terry?
I'd be bidding like crazy, but unfortunately, I'm so broke I can't pay attention right now.
Fish
Yeah,
Dream
it's really
says
good to bid
66.
within your means. That's a good.
Fish-
That's a good idea.
Fish Dreams 66, which is a screw you, Mike.
Fish
Hey,
Dreams, that was a
Janice.
sharp elbow off the top rope.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Landed square on the $65 bid, knocked it out.
Fish Dreams going twice.
Hey, why are we always yelling? Thanks for putting my bid up there, even though it didn't last long.
That's a broke bid.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know how Pam makes them so pretty and sells them so cheap.
Do you do commissions?
Me, I do, yeah. I've got a couple that I'm going to catch up on, and I'm not sure if I'm going to take any else on for a while because here within the next month, maybe 2 at the most, I'm going to start entering shows and stuff again. And then I won't be selling as much here as I will be once the commissions are done. I'm going to be concentrating on getting some bigger pieces done because I've got 2 galleries that are contacted me that want some stuff, and I've got 2 big shows that contacted me asking me if I'd enter this year. So
Well, good
Oh,
luck,
that's
Pam. I
excellent.
know you'll do well. You have
Yes,
to do
Janice.
those big things to make a living. I don't know how you're skipping by on the small ones.
well, I don't worry about getting rich or anything. I just, as long as I can pay what bills I have to pay, I'm good.
That's a typical artist attitude.
Wait a minute. You had the high bid and then you went out?
I've been seeing Fish Dreams for $66.
Yep, that's a high one right now.
She said, I'm out.
Who did?
She said out. What does that
Fish
mean?
streams. Oh, she probably doesn't have the money for it right now. Oh,
She's still
no,
at
she doesn't.
66. I think she's saying
But-
she's tempting someone to bid as if she's not going to bid against them again.
Oh, that's an old trick.
That's a Bob Kaler tactic.
I stuck an angelfish breeder friend of mine. He tried doing that trick on a friend of his angelfish pair, and this pair was going quite expensive to begin with, and he was purposely making it more expensive. And we were sitting right next to each other, and I'll doggone it, he did it one too many times, and I quit bidding. And he ended up selling me those for cheaper than what he paid for them in the parking lot. He goes, I didn't even want these doggone things. I was just trying to help my buddy out.
I've been at art shows before where I knew that the some of the artists will put somebody out in the audience to try to bid it up when it comes to their piece. And I've never done it, but I've seen some people do it. But then sometimes they get stuck with it. And if you get stuck buying your own piece, you still have to pay the commission to the art show.
Yes, you do.
I won an auction on eBay this week, and I used a new tactic. Instead of getting in the auctioning, the competition, they're timed on eBay.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. That's where you sit with the enter button and you just wait for the clock to go down.
One bid, sniped it. Here's my maximum bid. This is all I want to pay and I want to play. And I won at less than my maximum bid. Everybody else should have bid higher. Should have already had your big bid in there.
You just got to have good internet. You got to make sure you got good internet.
Oh, no, Janice.
Okay, so we got 66. Is anybody going to outbid the 66?
White chipmunks needs surgery on her jaw. Oh, man.
Yeah, one of her new chipmunks that came in pretty bad shape.
Tough to hear.
Spending a lot of money on those things, and for it to come in unhealthy, that's kind of sucks.
Unethical. What are we at, Pam? $66? We got anybody else waiting to?
We got $66 right now.
Show that painting again. What are they bidding on?
They're bidding on the Oscar.
Nudge Bob up there. Tell him it's about to lose another one.
I've got to go to Atlanta this weekend. That's illegal here.
You ought to take that painting with you and resell it for a profit.
That's an ideal. Okay, 70.
See? Sorry, Fish Dreams. I didn't want to hear Bob whine about losing another one. I know he wants that one.
I want that bird. The bird was drawn to be mine.
What are you going to offer Ginger for that bird?
Hi, Susan.
I'd say she'll take $5 if I let her back in the truck in another state.
You're a tough negotiator, Bob. Get out. Get out. Give me that bird.
Oh, I finally found my ring.
I'm sure only Oscars is not going to be happy that got sold.
Yeah, she was in at the beginning saying it was hers, but then I don't know what happened because she's not in the stream anymore.
My power went off for an hour today. Maybe she lost power.
She might have.
Right before the live stream, had everything set up, power outage. Anybody who's done a live stream knows what a pain in the ass that is.
Oh, my God, yes.
Every click, do it again.
Oh, my gosh. Fish stream said 71.
Sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
Bobby Bacola, not on air.
Bob says that's all right while he's
got
Freaking-
his knife out. Yeah.
got a fillet knife out
Fish
doing
Mom
his
just said
nails.
that's okay.
Coincidence.
Well,
I would
we'll
never
talk
bring
about
any-
this later, Fish Stream.
Never bring any Tennessee Mafia.
Oh, he suggested a
Bring it.
coincidence I couldn't refuse.
Never would do that.
Oh God. Oh, he's got two knives on the live stream. Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh dear.
Hey, Susan. You guys made me snort.
What kind of mug is that?
I'm gonna
Bob?
leave that
You're
one
covering it
alone.
up. You're covering your mug up, Bob.
Well, the last thing you want to do is brandish knives and then show your name. But there you go.
You've got it all over the screen. Oh, that's the Kaler's Aquatic. That's kinder, gentler mug. Yeah.
This is the punchy paint mug.
Mhm.
University of Neon Tetris.
Yep, that's it.
Mike, this
When-
is the dining room table. I'm in the dining room. And I
When
was-
you use that mug, Pam, I call it the when you see it mug.
I got to admit, I didn't notice it the very first time I seen it, and then the second time I seen it, she never told me. It just the second time I seen it, I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I usually get her jokes, and then it was like, oh, yeah, there it is. Now, the Have a Nice Day is still a classic, though. That's still a worker.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite one. But what was I? Oh, talking about knives. It reminded me when I lived in Montana, and I was getting ready to move actually out of the house that I lived in that was haunted. I was getting ready to move, and I had some of my stuff moved. I was like moving about 2 hours away, so I was just using my truck and moving a lot of the stuff. But the landlord stopped by, and I'd moved my bed out, and Tucker had stayed with me for a while, and then he went to college, and he had a large sword collection, but he couldn't take it to the dorms with him. He had to live in the dorms the first year, and he couldn't take the swords with him. Not allowed. So they were all underneath my bed. And I had moved my bed, but the swords were still there. And the landlord stopped by with this biker guy that ended up renting the place after I moved out. He was stopped by to show him the house. So they come in, and I was in the kitchen doing some cleaning, and I said, yeah, just go ahead and, wander around, whatever. And I didn't even think about it, and I heard him get back to my bedroom and both of them go, Jesus Christ. Because I'd moved the bed out, and here's all these great big swords laying on the floor, They were like, what the hell, Pam?
Remind me not to make you mad.
Yep, yeah.
If you put a knife under your bed, it'll cut the pain.
I always wanted to wish that I was like a fly on the wall when that biker guy moved in, though, because that house was haunted and shit happened almost every single day. And I would have liked to have seen how tough he was when stuff started moving around in the kitchen by itself. Oh.
Ain't nobody that tough. All right, where are we on that auction? We got Fish Streams at 71. Terry, is that the way you see it?
Yes,
Yep,
that's the way
I think
I
that's
see
what
it.
we're at.
That thing ought to bring 75. Let me see it again.
Oh,
4
the
by
drawing?
6, did you say?
This is 4x6, and I'm going to put it on I'm going to mount it on an 8x10 frame, so it'll pop into an 8x10 or 8x10 mat, so it'll pop into an 8x10 frame.
It's going to be a contrasting mat.
I'm kind of thinking I've got some gray, and I'm kind of thinking I might go with gray.
That gray would go with any wall color.
Yeah.
You don't have no green or blue?
No, I don't. I have gray and I have a light tan, which I'm gonna lay it on the different colors I have and see which one looks the best. But I know I have gray and I have kind of a light tan color. I've got some espresso, but that's too close to the black, so I don't think I'll use it because it would just make it like on a big black thing. Pam Borden, yep, that's it. I've actually got a double-edge hatchet that Tucker gave me.
That's we call those axes.
Yeah, a double-edge axe.
They're trending right now.
But I've got one of them because Tucker gave it to me because he decided I needed something.
And we want to start counting that one out. You got rent to pay.
Yep, I do. So, I don't even know where we're at. Where are we at?
71.
Fish Dreams at 71.
Fish Dreams at 71.
Which is a steal.
Yeah. It is. It is. I was hoping actually to make more off that one, but that's okay. Like I say, I'll
know the feeling.
Whatever.
Let me do the math here.
Uh-oh.
It's a 4x6.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put it on an 8x10 mat.
24 square inches.
Wait, who was asking why Bob has a knife at his desk? Doesn't everybody? I mean,
I can do that. We got
like
now that you mention it, Terry,
you always have a knife at your desk.
Terry, he knows I was doing an unboxing here earlier today.
So usually I sell my drawings go for 3.9 an inch per square inch. So
yeah, I was just calculating $2 a square inch is like minimum wage.
Yeah, so it's like it took me 2 days to do it too. So but yeah, so it's like a $94 drawing basically. If I was just gonna sell it.
Yeah, you're just under $3 a square inch now, so you're barely over minimum wage. This is my letter opener, Bob. You should get one. You should get a tactical flat black letter opener.
I don't need
Well,
one.
trust me, man, if you've ever received a glass framed piece of art from Pam, you need a tactical freaking opener. Trust me, because you're going to be there a minute. I think there was 10 pounds of tape on the doggone thing.
Well, I want somebody to please link their PayPal.
I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
So there's the PayPal. So what are we at? $71?
Yep.
I'd say going twice to Fish Dreams.
Going twice. That's close, people. Bid now, bid high, bid to win, get in. Going twice. Going twice, Bob. Bob, going twice. 71. Do we have 72, 75, 80?
Wish I could, man. Wish I could.
All's well that ends well, Pam. Waiting on you to call it if you want to.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and call it.
Yay, Fish Dreams.
Fish Dreams,
Congratulations.
$71.
Congratulations.
Sold to Fish Dreams. Got our beautiful piece of art there. Good deal
Yeah.
on it.
It really is.
He stole that. If you go to any of these shows, you're You're not going to get artwork like that for that price.
Well, you know, I just went to one, Quadicon, and Sean Peck's wife there, Holly Peck was there, and she had some beautiful art. My wife bought several pieces. Look, Bob Kaler knows. And yeah, we bought a few pieces, ended up spending more than that, and none of it was original. So high value art going at affordable prices right here, I think.
I've got a print. I got one of Pam's prints that I got to send to Chappie.
The bear one?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so cool.
Okay, so we got one more to do. Which
Sandhill Crane. It's all about the birds. It's all about the birds. Anybody seen those
it's a
Sandhill
4x6
Crane? They're huge.
at 5x7.
They love to stand in cornfields in the fall and winter and eat and eat and eat.
Oh, cranes?
We got a sandhill crane in colored pencil on bark paper.
They are the weirdest sounding bird, man.
Yeah, clack, clack, clack. They say they taste good. They just opened up a season on them here in Tennessee. A few bird watchers lost their minds. Prime
really?
rib of the sky, or ribeye of the sky, they call them.
No way, really?
No
I
way.
couldn't see a whole lot of meat on them things.
Big bird. I mean,
They're big, yeah, they're good
turkey-ish
size.
in size.
They fly over here on their
Yeah, but they're
migration.
all just breast meat, man. There ain't anything else to them.
Where Bob? Oh, I guess they're down there where Ed is. That's where Hiwassee is down there near Dayton, and they're there by the thousands, tens of thousands.
We have we have a resting area up here near me where they take a couple day rest on their migrations.
Yeah, there's some in Eastern Oregon. I think they have a festival in Eastern Oregon. And I'm not sure if they have a festival anywhere in Montana or not, but there's always a lot of them there. I've sat and watched them do their breeding dance, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, do we have any bids?
Now that is really, really cool. Why are we always yelling? Said they matched Fish Dream's bid.
Who did?
Why are we always
I
yelling?
think he's just joking, though. I think.
Well, if they did, that's really, really cool.
You raised them right, Pam.
The problem is you can't believe much that Grasshopper says.
Just like me.
That's the
I wasn't going to say it.
All right, I'm missing something.
Oh no!
my
Well,
gosh,
Wowway is Pam's
He actually,
son.
hey guys, he actually did.
There you go.
Good catch, Terry.
Yeah, that
You
was
saw
very
that first.
nice. Thank you.
Way to
Oh my
go! That was nice. Fish Stream's taking care of business right away too. That's always nice.
I'm trying to pay, one moment. So she has to share that with Grasshopper?
They'll take turns every other weekend.
Oops, I got to get myself. I'm big. Why did I leave myself big? Yep, PayPal.
That ended up being a good sale with the bonus there.
Yeah, the bonus kind of made it good.
142.
Did that work? I don't know if that worked or not. Yeah, it did. Okay. Yeah, so I'm almost where I need to be. Is there any bids on the crane at all?
You said there was no reserve, so people could start bidding
Yep,
on that in the basement.
there's no reserve on the crane.
And we've talked about what a cool bird that is. Bob, did you see those in Florida? They're popular in Florida.
What kind of crane is it?
It's a
Sandhill.
sandhill crane.
Oh, that is the Sandhill?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go 35. And hope
I'm going to
nobody
put Bob
else.
in there at 35.
Since there's no reserve. Ed's good at pushing trucks. And when I run out of gas.
Don't scare Fish Dreams. It's $71 for her. Let's see. So what do I need?
Y'all better get out of that.
5. Yeah, so I'm almost there, like really, really close.
Mama
35 put you over the top, or you need more?
It's almost there. It's like about $15 short from what I need to make to pay my rent.
You got anything else to auction tonight?
No, I don't. If I don't make
gotta
it,
have it here then. Let's go.
I'll do
35. Who's next? Who's next?
if I don't make it, I'll just do one tomorrow because I got one that's about halfway done. So
Okay.
I'll just do one of those fly-by-night quick streams and try to sell one.
Good for you. I recommend that, Pam. I hope
You
do
should
that
take
more
some
often.
of your small stuff and combine with somebody else, and mail some of your smaller stuff to somebody that has a booth, sharing the price of the booth of the show. And
I like what he's saying.
you know what, you see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Because
Community.
I've done that with fish. I've gotten with friends of mine that would have a table at a fish swap, and I just give him my bags of fish to go to the swap, and then we divvy up the money later.
I can put your video on loop, Pam, and sell some things for a slight commission this weekend.
What did you say, Bob?
No,
Put him
it
where?
didn't go through yet. Fish Dreams.
Where did you say put the videos, Bob?
At the fish
So-
auction this weekend at the club in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Put her video that she shows of her art.
What about Get Gills? Do they do miscellaneous?
I think they do if it's fish related. I'll have to look. I know he's been asked a lot about that. That would be great to have an auction on some platform like that.
It would be fun to have a group auction.
I was actually thinking tonight that I should send Dan one of my drawings to use as a giveaway on his show one night.
I bet he'd love that.
If I
And
do,
we
I
need
can
we need a Fish Fam Art Guild to coordinate ideas like that.
Yep.
Like, why don't you consider hosting a group auction, Pam, for a cut of everything that's auctioned that's not yours? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
The house would have to get a
artists
cut.
have a hard enough time, like making enough money to pay for their time without me taking a cut of it.
Well, it would be voluntary, and no one would have their arm twisted to participate. You could just announce it, so he would show up besides me because I will be there.
So here's the link for it. There's the link again. Yeah, Pamela Nelson is right. Yep. That's what's on my PayPal because I never took my married name off of it. I just left it alone. Because you start messing with PayPal and they get things messed up, and then like I have one of my daughters can't use PayPal anymore because they messed everything up, and she can't use it anymore, and I don't want to do that. So I just leave it alone. It works. If
So-
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Is your
Yeah.
maiden name Nelson, or was that a married name?
Nelson was my married name. My maiden name is Earlywine.
Okay. My mom's family are Nelsons.
Let's see, what are we
What
doing?
was-
Oh, we're at $35 from Bob for the bird, for Burb.
What rank was
Right.
Nelson in I Dream of Jeannie? Wasn't he major, right? Major
Yeah,
Nelson?
it
Yeah.
was
Major
Major Nelson.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Any of your Nelsons have a genie in a bottle?
Oh my God, you're old, Terry.
Well,
No, we
all
were
I
the
know,
hillbilly. We were the hillbilly, not Beverly Hills, just hillbilly Nelsons.
They have that TV Land channel. That's probably where he saw it.
all I know is if I had a genie in a bottle, I would have retired from the military and I would have a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah. I want to bid $40 on the Sandhill Crane without malice. I want to bid $40 and still love Bob Kaler. That's what I want to do.
If you show a firearm on here, I think they tag you or something or flag you. Just a random thought.
Wow, I'm glad I took it off the table.
Yeah,
Sticky
yeah,
situation there.
YouTube.
Sticky.
You don't want to show firearms on YouTube at all.
Yeah.
I took it off the table last night.
I thought I've seen like auctions and shows and
All over. All over.
videos about how they're made or the history of a certain firearm. Or I guess not.
No, I've seen it in modifications.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, military and otherwise. But I think it's probably not a good idea as far as SEO goes.
How in the world, Chewy, how in the world would I remember the 1964 Firecracker 400? I was born in 1967.
I'm waiting for the answer.
You're younger than I thought, Terry. That makes me feel very old. And I'm not gonna challenge anybody else for the oldest here, but I know
Hey,
Terry's not it.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the model year, it's the mileage.
So true.
I'm not saying I made the best decisions throughout throughout life.
Fish Streams is having problems.
Hang in there, Fish Streams. I had that eBay deal I was talking about took a minute too. But I'm about to win a bird. It's been a while since I got one of Pam's birds. What was the last one I got, Pam?
I don't remember. The ducks? The wood ducks?
Yes. Nearly life-size wood ducks.
Oh, woodies.
Hey, Terry, and guess what I got when I won this auction?
Oh, no kidding. That's the print, though.
It is the print. But it's an original signature. It's number 46 of 50 print.
You'd have to break my wife's heart, but that's the original. Oh, wait a minute. That's the same print I have.
Yep, that's the same print. Yep.
That print I have to send to Chappie. It was number 40.
We got some early wine art going on here. We got some collectors in the house. We know what we're talking about.
What number is yours?
46 of 50.
This is 45.
Oh
That's
man,
45 of
you got
50.
one before I did.
But this is going. Chappie actually owns this. I got to send it to him.
I'll go 50 on the crane.
Damn it, Bob.
I auctioned it off for Pam, and Chappie bought it.
I remember that night. That was a very cool thing you did.
I think he actually bought it for cheaper than what I bought it for.
No, I think he did pretty good on it. I think he paid like 120 or something like that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I paid for the print because I bought them both.
I think it was about 35.
Oh, good. Because I think I bought them both on the same day.
That's my nickname for Keselowski, number 6, Ford. Damn it, Brad.
Yeah, the bear, the original of that one, I sold
Yeah.
I think like as soon as I posted it online, somebody bought it.
How big was it, Pam? The original?
Oh, I don't remember. It was quite a bit bigger than the print, though.
Yeah. I always did better with prints
really quick.
when I reduced the size. And they didn't reproduce well if I tried to make them bigger.
Just to get back to what Rack was saying, damn it, Brad, wasn't that Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I only saw it once. I don't know. I did not become a cult member.
Because that was Brad and Janice.
Janet.
Or, I'm sorry, Janet. Brad and Janet.
I was a cult member.
And isn't there there is a scene or something where it's damn it, Brad? Damn
so
it,
many
Janet.
scenes. Every scene had something. Everything was extra.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even write down the size of it when I saved the picture. So I don't remember. It was big, though. Oh, no. Fishstream isn't able to use the PayPal.
I got to admit, the first time I saw the entire Rocky Horror Picture Show, I didn't know what to think. Because I didn't see it when it was new. I seen it after, MTV would occasionally play the Time Warp video. So the first time I ever got to see the whole thing, I didn't know exactly what to take. But then I went to an actual midnight showing with all the cult members and all the, throwing stuff and people reciting the lines and all that. And I was like, okay, this is just a party. I get it now.
Yeah. It was only available at the midnight showing in my small town. And I went because Rocky Horror Picture Show, I mean, good marketing. And all the little people that had been there before were wearing trash bags with their arms punched through like vests. And I'm like, what's up with the trash bag people?
Because you're going to get wet.
That shit started flying.
Unless you're in the back row.
I should have worn a trash bag.
It's a song, Patty said.
Okay, so we got Bob at $50 going twice.
How close does that put you to your goal, Pam?
Well, I think Fishstreams isn't going to be able to send anything, so I'll probably have to do a small auction tomorrow.
Well, Bob's traveling. He doesn't really want that. I'll bid 55. On the San Joe Crane.
Hi, Ed.
Chattanooga Ed joins the fray.
What's going on,
Chattanooga
Ed?
Ed lives. I'm telling you guys, he lives in Sandhill Crane territory. I've been in Dayton, Tennessee, and seen with my own eyes over 30,000 sandhill cranes at one time. Amazing. Amazing. I've also been down there and seen whooping crane endangered, seriously endangered. Like I think the population in the world got down to less than 200, maybe even just 50. And I also saw an Asian vagrant, a hooded crane, all in Dayton, Tennessee, over there at Hiwassee National Wildlife Refuge. Crazy.
Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever seen one of them.
Yeah, and it was a difficult record to get accepted. So we'd never had one in North America before.
Oh, wow. There used to be European birds show up once in a while, especially ducks on when I lived on Cape Cod.
Yeah.
I'd spot something and I'd go to look it up and realize that it actually was like a stray over from England or something, you know. Especially the water birds, like I say, the ducks and stuff.
That's so cool. I love finding those vagrants.
I don't fish streams. That's the only thing I have is the PayPal. I'm sorry.
I just watched a movie not too god awful long ago about this restaurant owner his restaurant's right on the coast, and his restaurant is failing, miserably failing. And he owes like a bunch of money to the mob or whatever.
Oh, man.
And
Whooping Crane's breeding project is held in an area owned by the Calgary Zoo. Nice.
he was listening to the radio going to work one day, you know, to open up his restaurant, and they were talking about this rare shorebird that, you know, nobody's ever really seen.
Yeah.
And so on the next birding show the following week, he made up the story that he saw one along the shoreline right by his restaurant. So then all these bird watchers started showing up, and he started making money with his restaurant again. And God, I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to have to look it up.
Well, I've heard of this before.
What
not,
is
not the one you're talking, a different restaurant, and the bird was real. And it was so the guy raked in all the cash, and he told me the next year, he said, "Rack, how do I get another one of those birds?" I'm like, whoa. You pray. That's what you do. You pray. You don't artificially bring the birds in.
Rack, what did you do?
I'm bidding on this painting. I'm just getting ready to win it.
Yeah, but you sent more than you bid on it.
Not well. The bidding ain't over, honey. That's just now. See, now you've let Kaler know that he can go ahead and bid if he wants to, but he's not as determined as I am.
Ed, how's your back? Because they're trying to get my gas money for Atlanta.
Oh no, your gas money is safe, Bob. You don't have enough gas money to take that crane away from me. Tell him, Pam.
It's taken $94 to $97 to fill my truck up now.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Rack just sent $100, so he outbid your gas.
Yeah, my car doesn't take gas, so I had it laying around. No big deal.
What does it take?
Electricity.
Oh, you've got a, that's right.
EV.
All right. Well, I'm out then if Rack's doing that.
But I love NASCAR. I mean, you can't count me out. I mean,
nothing beats cubic inches, man.
Oh, I love the blue herons. That's cool, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I used to see them on Cape Cod a lot, but you see them all over the place because I'd see them in Oregon and I'd see them in Montana when I lived up there too. But on Cape Cod, I'd see them, like, I remember seeing one, like, standing on the ice in the middle of winter.
Pam, when we lived on the river, you remember River Life YouTube channel?
Yeah.
When we lived on the river, right off of our porch was an island in the middle of the river, and there was a great blue heron rookery. And there were several nesting pairs of 15 or so pairs of herons, and we would see the chicks.
Oh, neat. I've never seen the chicks before. I have
I made a
never
little
seen the chicks
video of a
before.
mama feeding 3 chicks. It was the cutest thing.
I'll bet. I have never seen a great blue heron chick. Now, when I lived on Cape Cod, I'd see there was a lot of them there because of the salt grass areas and stuff. They
Right.
love to look for fish in there. But I never saw a baby. I see osprey babies. I've got a lot of pictures of them, but never a great blue heron baby. That's cool.
That's so cool.
I like that bufflehead painting you did.
The buffleheads, I like them.
I got some
That
pictures
was
of
the
those.
first time that I ever, and actually the photographs I've got of them are from Montana, of the buffleheads, but the first time I ever saw any like a big flock of buffleheads was on Cape Cod.
This is my front yard at the river.
Oh,
And
nice.
their daddy was a 10-point buck. He'd walk through
Oh,
the
wow.
driveway every now and then. Hunters wanted to come visit. I don't know why.
Mhm. And the first time I ever saw a hooded merganser was when I lived on Cape Cod too.
Oh, that's funny.
And
That's a
that
pretty
darn
bird.
thing, I was trying to get a picture of it. I was at I had a half an hour lunch, and I would go down to the harbor during my lunch and just watch the birds. Oh, that's awesome. That's one of you did, huh?
Yeah, that's a wisteria bonsai.
Oh, nice.
But I went down to the harbor, and there was a little hooded merganser male, and he was between the fishing boats. And I got out with my camera, and as soon as I walked where I could get a picture of him between the boats, he swam around the back of a boat and went in between two other boats. So I stepped over a little bit where I could get a picture of him, and he saw me, and he'd swim back behind the boats and go in between two more, and I never did get a picture of him.
I got
have
some.
one of your,
I
didn't you
got
do
some.
one of those little ACO cards of a hooded merganser?
Yeah,
I
I've done
think
a
that's
couple
one
of
of
them.
the
Yeah,
ones I have.
you've got one, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, I'm pretty sure you do.
I've got some pictures here if you guys want to see them.
Yes.
Speaking of herons,
Yeah, you sent me
All
one that
about
I'm
the
going to be
birds.
drawing. Oh, there it is. Yep, I'm going to be drawing that guy. You sent that to me.
Oh yeah, it's nice, Terry.
You can't back out of it because you already sent it to me, so it's mine.
Huh?
that was. This is one of my favorite ones I ever took. But would you say a merganser? There's a merganser.
Yeah, that's a red-headed merganser, I think, isn't it, Rack?
Let me see. Common merganser.
Common merganser, yeah.
Very similar to the red
Sorry.
breasted
Oh yeah, that's my frog. I always
I
like
like
that
the
picture.
frog.
bullfrog. Great egret.
There's a merganser.
Common merganser. Water snake. Red-winged blackbird. I love those guys. Baby robin.
Here's the.
Killdeer.
There's a killdeer.
Phoebe. Nope, kingbird. See the white
Yeah,
emerald
yeah.
band at the very end of the
That's
tail?
kingbird.
That's kingbird.
Yep, I saw those one time. My aunt came to visit, and we went for a ride when I was living in Montana. And there was a field that just had tons of those kingbirds, and my aunt got so excited because she's a bird watcher, and she wasn't expecting to see them, and they were everywhere.
Somewhere I got some stinking Oh yeah, there's pelicans I ran into in the middle of freaking the Midwest.
American white pelican, Caspian tern, common mergansers,
There they are.
buffleheads. I guess
Man, those things are so cool. Look at that.
in that context they're beefleheads.
Oh,
I like the way they take off, man. They got to get that running start.
what were you taking these pictures with?
My camera.
Well, I know, but
Duh.
Look at that female in the front. Big difference in the female.
They are
hole in the box.
beautiful guys.
But yeah, that's my I do occasionally
Nice.
take pictures of birds.
Nice
I
wood
don't.
duck.
I don't
You know
have
what that
one
is, don't you,
decent.
Pam?
Yep.
I don't have one decent picture of a woody.
When I lived in Livingston, Montana, there's a lagoon on the edge of town, and I'd go there and there was about probably half a dozen or so, maybe a few more than that, but wood ducks that would winter over there. And I got a ton of pictures of wood ducks, and Rack, how hard wood ducks usually are to get pictures of.
Yeah, they're
So
very
to
cryptic.
me, it was like a gold mine because I probably have about 200 pictures of wood ducks, like close up, nice pictures of them.
Hey, I've got a picture. Can you make me full screen, Pam?
Yep.
It's a
Blowing
trivia
my-
picture. Name the characters in this picture.
Oh, that's it's not Julian. It's the other guy, the one that's always growing the dope.
Yep.
Um,
I'm going to say that the Sandhill Crane has sold the rack before we forget about it.
Right.
God, I can't
Thank
remember
you.
his
Thank
name.
you. Yay. That's Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
Ricky.
But look,
There you
look
go.
in his fishbowl there.
Yep.
That was
No, I
actually
can't.
another character on the
Couldn't see it.
show. You know the name of his goldfish?
No.
Goldie.
Anyways, Bob, it's an old school Nikon D80.
I had a Nikon when I lived in New York in the 80s, but I don't remember if it was that.
Oh,
particular
this thing's
one.
way newer than that. I
You
think
guys
this one's-
remember the show Taxi?
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
I like that show, but hi, John. But I remember one show, the guy that was the boxer, I forget his name on the show, but he was
That's
the
Tony
boxer.
Danza, right?
He had a boxing match he was going to go to. So he left his goldfish, 2 little goldfish in a big bowl. He left them with the actor. I don't remember everybody's names, but so there was a football game on or something, and Alex came over to watch the football game with the actor guy. And he asked how the boxer guy's goldfish were doing. And he's like, oh, they're fine. I forgot to feed them, though. Let me go. And it just shows the rim of the bowl in the camera angle. It just shows the rim of the bowl. And then the actor guy, and he like pours half of a container of flakes in on top of the goldfish. And he's sitting there looking at him, and he says, come on, guys, roll over and eat.
Oh man.
I was laughing so hard. Yeah, he says, roll
My
over.
my favorite one was the Seinfeld one where Elaine was running around with the 2 goldfish because they couldn't find their car and they were in that huge parking garage and they couldn't find the car. And she's like, how long can goldfish survive in this bag?
That's funny.
And then Different Strokes, he had a goldfish too that died, and they tried to do the switcheroo trick on him.
Yeah, that's what the actor guy tried to find. Tony, that was the boxer guy's name was Tony. He tried to find goldfish that looked exactly the same.
Tony Danza.
Yeah.
Hold me closer, Tony.
The other one I liked was when Bill, remember Bill the on Taxi? Bill was the old hippie guy that was like stoned out of his mind.
That was his name, Bill?
Yeah, his name was Bill. And he bought a racehorse after the racehorse won him a bunch of money, and he bought it, and he was keeping it in a warehouse. And Alex asked him how the horse was doing, and he says, oh, he's doing great. He says, but I always heard that horses sleep standing up, but they don't. They sleep with their legs up in the air like this. Oh God.
That's a
neat
sandhill.
one.
That's Sandhill Crane.
Yeah. Oh no, you lost out on the Oscar drawing. I'm sorry. Fish Dreams is buying it. And thank you, Ed. Yeah, so Rat got the Sandhill Crane, and Fish Streams got the Oscar, but she can't seem to pay for it.
Mm,
She's having trouble with her PayPal.
mine went right through there. I was surprised. You got it quickly.
Hi, Ginger. Be careful, Ginger. Bob is mad at you.
Mad wouldn't even begin to cover it.
Evidently, Bob was planning on buying the killdeer.
Bring some track shoes Saturday, Ginger. Uh-oh, Bob, who came in? Ginger, I've learned from Chattanooga Ed that the top starts at 1, and I know kind of where it's at. It's almost right downtown Atlanta. And so we need to leave here, Ed, no later than 10:30. Yeah. And Ginger, we can meet you in Chattanooga. Did your bird, Bob? What? Oh, yeah, you got my bird. You did.
You could try Fish Streams. You could try paying by going through going to PayPal and just using my email, which should, maybe the link isn't working right for you, but
It should bring you up.
copy and paste my email and try it that way.
Hey Chewy, the only time Bob's running is if he's got to use a restroom.
You know
I
that,
really don't see Bob chasing anybody.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
It's under my email, so just like copy and paste it though, because my name's spelled different, and try it that way.
Also, search for Pam Nelson. It might come up. You might find her email.
I doubt it because Nelson's such a common name.
Terry, you're right about the distance, but the short distance, I'm fast.
Oh yeah.
Catch the dogs and cats, at the ark. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is that how you keep the ark full? You run them down?
Run them down. So, Ginger, do you know where Ethan's store is? Ethan of, what the hell's the name of that store? What's Ethan's store's name?
What happened here? Oh,
Fish Mania.
why are we always yelling? Sent me another $52.
Should be 55.
Oh, it probably is 55, but PayPal took a cut out of it.
Oh. You do not know the spirit of the Godfather. Okay, it's Fish Mania, and it may show up as East Ridge, or it may show up as something Georgia.
Are you guys doing another thing in the parking lot? Is that the same store that's got like the Chinese restaurant next door to it or something?
No, this is in Chattanooga. We're just going to meet her there on our way to Atlanta.
Oh.
That was in it, Nashville that you're thinking about.
I couldn't believe that, man. You guys are doing something to bring in business to the little shopping mall area there, and he gets mad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's Rob's. That's here in Chattanooga, too. Yeah. That was a fish swamp like a year ago there. Yeah, there's been other trouble with him since then, too. So, Fish Mania. Yeah. And we'll see if we can leave your vehicle there. I'm sure Ethan won't mind. No. Well, he got kind of mad at the people, we were going to eat. Remember we had the fish swap over at his store last year? and we were thinking about having lunch there, and he got mad when somebody parked one space too close to his store. And I guess he came out and said something to Rob or something. Just unhappy people.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know the details, and it was a while ago. I got to admit, I don't pay super close attention to your guys' slops because I know I'll never go.
I don't know if he was mad, but he wasn't happy. Yeah, the Mexican guy right beside him at the end of the other end of the strip thing there. But he's had trouble with
Back
him
there,
since
Rack.
then.
Purple
Hang on, I'll
Gallinal.
pull you up.
Yeah, it's a Mexican restaurant. And we were considering going there to eat because it was right there.
That looks almost like a coot.
It's a relative of the coot. It's just purple. It's ornate. Purple Gallinal.
Oh, nice. I've never seen one, but it's kind of shaped like the coots, the regular.
Purple, green, teal. You ought to look that up. This is a bad picture, but if you look that up, you'll be impressed. And it would be a good subject because of its coloration.
Yeah, that'd be fun to draw.
Purple Gallinal.
That's right. He did call the cops on us. So we had to use our mafia powers to get this mafia. The fire department? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Wow, the cops and the fire department. What a guy. Thanks, neighbor.
Well, fish streams, if I got just enough to fill in to cover my rent. So if you want to just like send me a check or something, you can too if you can't get through on PayPal.
You should still do a pop-up auction tomorrow or something, Pam.
Yeah, I could because I could use some groceries too.
You know, I had a
potatoes and rice and beans.
Wait a minute. I thought artists were supposed to starve.
No, yeah, I got potatoes and rice and beans.
Isn't that how it works? You starve, then you pass away, then everybody wants your art.
Yep, that's it.
well, yeah, Ginger, just to be safe, but we'll probably be on about 10 to 11 depending on traffic Saturday. We're going to leave here no later than 10:30.
Which, by the way, I never figured out that it's not the greatest career path.
I need to get a quote for my truck repair. I know, but I'm not even gonna.
Oh, you don't have to.
There's no way I'm gonna have to wait till I sell something big to fix the truck. I'm just kind of stuck right now.
If it's
I'm
closer
not
for
gonna.
you, Ed.
I'm not gonna even ask the fish fam for. I mean, I'd have to like have some bigger pieces to sell.
Ed, if you would rather just us all three meet there, that's fine.
There's a hooded McGander. I love those guys. I mean, I absolutely love those guys.
Yeah, that's the male. They're pretty cool.
They are the neatest looking little birds.
I caught one on hook and line once out of Lake Michigan.
I believe it.
I caught a seagull one time, and I had to
So
reel it in and cut the line before I got it all the way out of his mouth because seagulls are mean little buggers.
I caught
You know
a
that
water
one, Pam?
turkey.
That's a pintail.
Yeah, pintail drake. Northern pintail.
They taste good.
Yeah, a lot of my duck hunting friends want to know where I take these pictures.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I'm not telling.
We don't get we occasionally get pintails in the Midwest, but not a whole lot. At least not right next to Lake Michigan.
If we have time, Ed, probably better on the way back.
You know, bird watchers love duck hunters, actually. They pay the way for all the conservation land.
Yeah, I made the mistake. I used to duck hunt quite a bit, and I never saved my stamps. And I kind of wish I
So
would.
gamey.
Sometimes duck hunters, bird watchers buy duck stamps to hang off their binoculars just to support.
That is a doggone it. Teal,
Yeah. Which one?
green wing.
Yep. Green wing teal.
I used to
You ever
see
see them things
those
fly?
on Cape Cod, the green-winged teals.
That is, honest to God, those are the hardest birds to hit because they come in low, and an F-16 ain't got nothing on them, man. They
And
can
they're
change
tiny.
direction,
They're very small.
and you don't hear them coming. And the next thing you know, you get like 15 teal come flying through your spread, and then they're gone. And you look at your buddy and go, "Did that just happen?"
Mm.
You don't even. A lot of times, you don't even get your shotgun up before they pass.
I caught an Inhinga once. Is that how you say it? A water
Yeah.
turkey.
Yep.
It
But I
wasn't
got a
very-
story for Pam about a seagull. Are you guys familiar with like a rapala or rapala?
Yes.
The floating minnow. It's got 3 treble hooks on it. So I'm doing using a floating rapala, doing the injured minnow routine, trying to catch fish. And this stupid seagull comes out of nowhere and just dive bombs that lure. I'm like, all right. And he caught, I get him into shore because I don't want the lure hanging off his beak, So he's got just one hook right in his nostril, just a little bit. So I'm like, okay, I can easily get this out, right? So I finally get a hold of the seagull. I got him on one arm, and I've got the fishing rod in the other, and I'm walking back to the parking lot where my car was. And it's got the old school guardrail from the in between the parking lot and the pond I was fishing. And I go to step over it, and I racked my shin on the very edge, the inside edge of it, and it hurt like a dickens. And the first thing I do is go to grab my shin, right? So the bird takes off, rips the rod out of my hand, and it's flying through the parking lot, dragging the fishing rod with it, and it's banging into parked cars, and alarms are going off.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm running after it, limping, trying to get. Oh God, I was
Mandarin
so
duck, those
angry.
are awesome.
Yeah, you got it, Pam. Well, did you get your rod back?
Yeah, I finally caught up to him, and I did what I just yanked that hook out of its nostril, man. I was so mad, and I was like, I got to get out of here, man. There's like 15 car alarms going off. I was like, I gotta go.
Okay, Rack, I'm going to show you something here.
Yeah.
This was in Yellowstone Park, and I went to this back lake that you can get to by car, but you got to go like about 5 miles or so on a dirt road to get to it. And I pulled up and parked, and there was something in the water I could see something like from the truck. I saw something swimming up to the shore. So I jumped out with my camera, and this is what was there, which I was kind of excited about, and it's going to be a painting one day because I've got about 20 pictures of them, but
Oh,
nice, huh?
yeah.
There was like 6 babies and the mama.
That's so cool. Are those red-breasted or common?
I think they're common
I do too.
mergansers.
That
I thought
looks
they
so
were
good.
ducks at first, but when I like zeroed in on them with my camera, I saw they were mergansers. But yeah, I got like a bunch of pictures of mama and babies.
Oh my gosh. Did you paint those?
I'm going to do a painting of them. I haven't yet, but look at with the reflections in the water and stuff. Won't that make a neat painting?
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick out the best ones of the babies and the mama and kind of combine
Yeah,
them.
that's a nice family group.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. There's the mama there.
see how stark the difference is in the color change on the neck?
Yeah,
The red-breasted merganser is very similar, but it kind of fades. It's not that clean line of demarcation.
aha. Okay. There's the babies there.
What is that?
The last one, I am not sure what that is actually.
What was it?
I'll show you again. Hang on.
A meerkat chasing a snake.
No, it's some kind of a female duck, but I'm not positive. Hang on. I'll have to pull it up.
Just forget it.
Okay. Hold on. Terry's got one he's going to show us too. I'll show you that one real quick. I am not positive what that is. I think it's one of those, it's an English something. I can't remember the name of it. The male was there too, but that's the female there.
Is it a duck? It's got a skinny beak.
Yeah, it's very narrow build.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm not sure what it is. I am not sure. Is that a female? Could it be a female merganser, hooded merganser?
No, it could be a merganser, a juvenile of some type.
Yeah.
The water,
like maybe the red-breasted.
The light in the water is crazy on that one.
Yeah. Good eye, Bob.
But Terry's got one here. And I don't know what that is. Hi, Plushie.
It doesn't have white on the tip
American.
of its tail, so it's not a king.
That's a swallow. That's a
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at the beak. I was just going to say it's a swallow of some kind.
barn swallow. See,
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted.
Is it a cliff swallow?
Barn swallow. See the swallow tail? That's the only swallow we have with a swallow tail is the barn swallow.
But
But
I was
aren't
in
they,
my.
the barn swallows, don't they have a lot more color in them?
Depends on the light. They're iridescent, so
Yeah.
So
Because I used to have them like build nests around the eaves of my house, and they had a lot of color to them.
I was just sitting in my boat fishing, and there was these
Hi,
two
Michelle.
baby swallows, and I got to watch the parents feeding those
Good night,
babies.
Darlene.
And they just
See you, darling.
hung out there, those two babies. And the parents just kept, constantly bug after bug after bug.
I see
I
a
thought
little
it
bit
was-
of color on the back of the one of the parents, so maybe
I
it's a
like
barn
the
swallow. Maybe it's
I
just
like
a
the
different light.
baby with the open mouth.
yeah,
It's
that's a
just
good
like
shot. Those are definitely barn swallows, and the deep V in the tail
My
and the
PayPal.
orange coloration helps you to know that.
Did they make
Oh, Mike
Earth-
sent me $25. Thank you, Mike.
and they just hang out with their mouths open, man. They're like, feed me.
do they make dirt nests, mud nests?
There
On
is
raptors and barns a lot.
a bridge right by the water where there's a bunch
you,
of mud
Mike.
nests, but I didn't know if those were purple martins or swallows or what.
Cliff swallows. And they've got a big rust patch on their rump, and they don't have the big swallow tail.
Yeah, the cliff swallows used to nest underneath the bridge at this one place I lived in Montana. Like there was like an overpass bridge over the water, and underneath of it, it was just full of cliff swallows.
Darlene's got wolf work tomorrow. What the heck?
No, I have not got fish streams yet.
Hey, Jeffrey Watts. I'm missing all the cool people.
Oh,
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah,
it
it didn't go through yet, fish streams.
the stuff
But
you
Mike
see
sent
while
me
you're
25.
fishing, man.
you're right.
And Why Are We Always Yelling sent me 55 and 71. And Rack sent me 100.
Cha-ching. And poor Bob, he's empty-handed. He's got to buy gas tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get it. Didn't get it.
What was the more northern species, Chewy? I missed what Chewy was following a point there, mentioned a more northern species, and I missed it. Pam, have you ever painted one of those mandarin ducks?
No, I haven't. I don't have any super good photographs of them.
Those males are really ornate.
Yes, they are. They actually are they give the wood ducks a run for their money.
Have you used Pixabay
What is that?
website, Pixabay, Pixabay, and it's like stock photos for free downloads. You can use them however you want.
Yeah, I usually don't use anything like that because
You don't know how they push the color.
when places like that get a really good photo, then you'll see a ton of artists putting out basically the same thing. So
Yeah,
I just don't use them for that reason.
might be good for a composite sketch to get your idea.
Yeah, yeah.
The bird
I
I was
remember
talking about, the Perry, is that one
when
of
I
the
was on
swallows?
Deviant Art,
Yeah,
somebody
I've
took a
seen that.
really cool shark picture, and there was like about 15 different artists drew this shark in different ways, but you could tell it was all from the same one. So I just kind of avoid them for that reason. Plus, a lot of my paintings, especially, I'll use like two or three or so different reference photos. So to do one painting, so it's like those mergansers with the babies. I'll probably use a couple of them and put them together for how I want the composition to be. You know.
I know. I sent you a couple of pictures. I hope you can work with those.
Always. I used one of them already.
Did you?
Yeah. Bob's getting it. It should be in the mail.
Dang it, Bob.
He should be getting it time.
Strong
Dang it,
comeback.
Bob.
Strong comeback.
All right, we gotta test Rack's knowledge on this one.
What you got?
I have no clue, man. I took a picture of it. That's all I know.
I got my thinking cap on. Oh, that's not North American. That's not North American. Yeah,
It ain't.
That's in a zoo or a rainforest.
It's from one of those. It's the Nature Museum. It's a giant like greenhouse. You got all kinds of butterflies and stuff.
And they've got really pretty colors.
That's a blue cheek starthroat.
And hold on a minute. There's one other.
Oh, pretty butterflies.
Oh yeah, there it is. Crap. Hold on. I gotta go back.
It.
Click one too many times.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's a fairy wren.
That is one cool looking bird, man.
It's got a neon flat top.
Beautiful. Yeah, the African kingfishers are diverse and amazing. When I did a paper, and I had to go to the Smithsonian birdskin collection, which is amazing. It's Mecca for any bird researcher. And man, they had a whole wall full of trays full of kingfishers from all over. My favorite were the New Guinea. They're very small, like warbler size. Lots of blues and greens and orange beaks. Coolest kingfishers that you could imagine. And it was like, man, if me and Pam were in there and they said, okay, we want you to paint the coolest kingfishers you can imagine, like they already existed in nature. You couldn't make anything up. It was unbelievable.
Oh my goodness, my I posted the Oscar onto my art page on Facebook, and my ex-husband shared it. Oh,
Yeah, get that
one of my
share.
kids, I think it was Courtney, told me that when she was staying with them, his new wife, one day when he was at work, I'm talking about my ex-husband, she took down all of my paintings and drawings and stuff that he has, and she put them in the closet, and she hung up her crafts type stuff. And he came home from work, and he looked, and he didn't say a word. He just took all of her stuff down and put my paintings back up.
Ah.
That happened like 2 or 3 days in a row without either one of them saying anything, and she finally just left up my work.
Take that.
Oh. But she hates me, and I don't even know her, but she hates me. I think it's something to do with the kids told me that, like, during Thanksgiving dinner, they went there for Thanksgiving dinner, and he'd take a bite of her dinner and say, "Now Pam really knew how to cook." I'm like,
Ouch.
what an idiot. Oh, I mean, what an idiot. You don't do something like that. That's like really dumb.
Terry had to go reapply again. He's wearing some cheap makeup. It's melting under the lights.
That must be
Eyeliner. Cigarette smoke eats that eyeliner right off there. Pam, what is that picture anyway? I've forgotten what it was.
What picture?
The one that you told Rack I was getting.
Oh, it's a bird.
Well,
I
I
don't
know
remember.
that.
A yellow throat.
A
Something
common
like
yellowthroat.
yeah.
Yep, I remember now.
Livestream says that she can't pay me for the Oscar. So if anybody else wants to bid on it, she was at
Oh, that's so sad.
71.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oscars is wanting it. It was.
I don't know if they're still in here though. She
Last
might have
year-
left because she didn't get it.
Plus, she was just talking about it. Plus, she's Christopher. Right?
That is cool, Rack.
Did your common yellowthroat look like that?
Not exactly.
Yours was realistic, I'm sure.
Ginger Greg says $100 for the Oscar.
Ginger.
Only Oscar says 75, but she says 125.
Yeah, I'd
Here
like
we
to
go.
see.
Here we
Ginger.
go.
I'd like to see Ginger bite the dust. I'll be honest.
Only Oscars is going to see to it at 125.
Uh-oh.
Ginger says 150.
Yeah. Don't let it see Oscar.
Oh my
say,
God.
Only
Oscar
Oscar says
says
200.
200.
hell no.
Bob says hell no.
I think Bob is only Oscars. That's a pseudonym for Bob. He's bidding against Ginger.
Rack always telling us wrong stuff. Rack worries about the wrong thing. Do I hear 210?
Lunatic Fringe asking for 210.
Right.
Ginger Graves says, "I've had enough of this. Let me out of here."
Yep, she did.
Ed said he was going to go to 101.
That was a good idea, Ed.
But it's at 200 to only Oscars.
That's a very nice painting. It's still a nice purchase at $200 only Oscars, and it's an Oscar. Wow, that's appropriate.
And it's her Oscar, actually.
Oh my gosh, it is her Oscar. Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow. How fitting. Terry, we're up to $200 on the Oscar. If you want back in, the Oscar went back on the block. It's
I hate
available
that.
right now at 200.
If I could afford it, I would.
Sorry, Fish Dreams.
I hate that. That's
I will
Yeah.
get you something sometime, though. You'll get something. You will
Maybe
get
tomorrow, Pam, if you'll do a I love your auctions, Pam. I do. I wish you'd do them more often.
Well, we were asking where only Oscars was even.
While we were selling it before, yeah. So I'm gonna say only Oscar's 200 going twice, and I don't think anybody's gonna outbid her. So I would say it's sold.
Oh, that was a deviation from protocol.
I know, huh?
Hey, Steve-O.
Were you gonna bid more than 200, Bob?
Nope.
Okay. So my email or my PayPal is under my
It's not.
email address,
It's
which I
not
already
your
have
fault.
I already have your address, so you don't need to worry about that. Because you got I think it's the horses going to you that are on their way.
Where's Adele at? She's not in here, right?
Yeah, she left, or she was here earlier, but I think she left.
Yeah, she was talking about being afraid of Big Tank Hank going on there.
Yeah.
Steve-O was on there Friday or sometime recently. Whoever wins, I'm coming to your house. Tough titty.
No, we can't do a super chat on it because YouTube takes 30% of it.
Yeah.
I'll post a link to the PayPal.
But if you factor that 30% in, I'm saying for the
Yeah,
future.
they take 30% plus. I wouldn't get it until 2 months from now.
Oh, well, there is that.
Yeah. Oh shoot! PayPal's making me pick out all the bridges, so to prove that I'm not a robot.
I'm gonna have to take some of the water out.
So, Ed, are we going to Chattanooga together or meeting at Ethan's? I'm not clear on that. It might be shorter for both of us just to meet there. Doesn't matter who is going up next.
Okay, I finally got the PayPal thing. I had to go through all their "you're not a robot" things. There's the link to PayPal. Yeah, YouTube takes 30% plus. It takes like if you paid now, it's the first of the month, so it would be the end of July before I actually got anything from it.
Wednesday Night Madness live. You said this is episode 252, Pam?
I think so, yeah. Unless I accidentally forgot to change it, but I think it is. Let me see.
Rock and roll.
Well, we may not be back till after dark, Ed.
Yep, 252. If I get anything from you, fish streams, if anything does go through, I'll just like send it right back to you because you can do that, and I will.
Because I did that recently, Pam, and the even though all I did was hit the refund button,
I got only Oscars.
PayPal took a cut and it delayed the refund 6 days.
You're kidding.
No, and that's really unfair to the vendor. All you're doing is hitting the refund button, and they're taking a cut and delaying it 6 days.
Wow.
But
yeah.
FYI, that happened.
So if I do get anything, I won't just hit the refund button. I'll actually hit send and send it back to her.
Yeah. That way you can.
Yep.
Take
that
care of business. I was really shocked.
I don't see anything from her yet. I got only Oscars, so.
Yeah, well, that's FYI. That's not a complaint against PayPal. I have no qualms with PayPal. I feel very safe using it, buying and receiving both. And that I just learned that by experience. It was unfortunate. And I didn't get notification that either of those things were going to happen.
My leg got stuck on the table, but I'm okay.
Your leg got stuck on the table?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, do not let your Vallisneria get like this because it gets so rooted in. This stuff is like almost impossible to separate.
That's some nice val.
It's almost like sod. I mean, look at all the roots on the bottom.
Wow.
Wow, look at that,
comes up.
You can separate that.
Well, that's what I'm doing, but it's hard because there's so many little tiny feeder roots that it
Take
doesn't
some scissors to it.
Doesn't pick apart.
Yeah, fish streams. I'm sorry you didn't end up getting it, but I'll make sure you get something sometime because you got to have something of mine.
Would it be okay if you cut it apart with scissors?
Well,
usually if you pry them apart with your fingers, you end up damaging less roots.
Well, you also get there's connector feeders because they multiply by sending out that runner
thing, yeah.
And yeah, it gets goofy.
I've still got those great big ones, like 3 foot, maybe taller than from Monica Lynn. They've been dying back, but they're starting to send new green stuff out.
It's kind of, this particular valve is kind of goofy because in certain situations it'll go all the way to the surface and then lean over and just keep growing and growing, and then in other lighting conditions it'll get a lighter color, stay smaller, and it'll even get red. It's like the more light it gets, the smaller it gets, and it changes color.
Interesting.
I wanted to pull out a piece. I wanted to change this piece, but I can show you it stays small.
Oh, Ed said,
and you can see it gets this like brownish reddish color to it. I don't know. It's goofy. All I know is I got a whole ton of it. I don't know if this camera is actually going to show the color. But the shorter stems, the shorter stems definitely get lighter and reddish in color. The camera's not doing it justice. But.
You think that has everything to do with lighting, Terry, and not nutrients or water parameters?
It could be a combination of all the above.
Yeah.
This is the way I purchased this. This is Vallisneria spiralis or whatever. Tiger. It's Tiger Val.
Oh,
So sometimes it'll even get like stripes and goofy, textures in the leaf.
Lucas
For
used to
me,
have that, and I had it for a long time from him in my rainbow tank, but I lost it.
well, that has spurred some really nice comments in Pam's chat. Chewy says there's a difference in 4 inches to 2 feet based on water parameters. TDS and pH mentioned in that, and Ed said he had Val get 8 feet.
Wow.
this very same plant I had in the 125 under less light, and it grew to the surface and folded over and just kept growing.
I've seen growers grow that for resale in a waterfall, a mild waterfall, just a water slide basically. And the plant will grow all, if it's not too steep of a decline, rooted at the top, it will grow all the way down the slide, the way the water's running, almost as if the gravity of the water is pulling it down.
I'm not kidding you. The ones I got from her, they're not now, but they were over 3 feet because they're longer than the 55 gallon.
Crazy. And they look like they've got a nice, good sized root bore, like a pothos plant, like they would do some work in water purification. I've never been able to grow it in my aquariums. I don't know if the fish eat it or they don't like the light or the water, but I've never had any success with it.
It always dies back on me, but then it comes back. Usually.
Maybe I'm not patient. It dies back and I throw in the towel. I do have I don't know what it is, but I have a plant that I threw in the goldfish tank as a bulb. You know, those dry bulbs you can buy in an assortment pack at PetSmart. I mean, I just left it in there because the goldfish played with it like a soccer ball. I'd given up on it ever becoming a plant, and it's been in there for 2 years, and it finally sprouted. It's got roots and leaves.
Huh.
It's floating loose, no substrate.
I've got a couple of lilies that do that. I've got them in a bare bottom tank. It's just the bulb, but then they'll put out roots.
Mm-hmm.
It'll grow, and then I can separate that plant off of the bulb and plant it.
Whoa.
What was
Everybody
that?
okay?
Oh, yeah, it was just my empty water spritzer bottle.
Good. Everybody check in safe. Hey, where's Skipper? Anybody heard from Skipper?
I saw him like earlier tonight on
Okay.
Dan's stream, but I haven't seen him in here tonight.
I missed Dan tonight. What'd he give away?
A $200 gift card.
Of all nights to miss. The last time I was in there, that daggone Greg Jones one showed up out of nowhere and won.
Huh.
Anybody want any, Val?
Yeah,
I'll send you some, Bob.
I was waiting on that.
I got like 5 tanks of this stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
Bob, how are you doing on your pond plans?
Nothing. I decided to hold off on it, not to do it
Till when?
till I get these reptiles situated.
Yeah.
Because they're just sitting around haphazard, no organization or anything in my dining room. I've got to get that, put some time and effort and money into that.
I hear you. Well, it's no small thing in my experience when you build a pond. It's a pretty major investment.
Yeah, well, and also I don't know if I really want to put the time in a pond as opposed to keeping what I have with reptiles.
It's going to take extra time. It sure is.
For sure.
But it is
Yeah.
definitely seasonal.
Right. I wish I had.
Oh, grasshopper, I wouldn't expect you to. Don't do that.
What's Grasshopper doing now?
He says he can't match the 200, and I told him don't do it. Don't even worry about that. Oh my gosh, no, I appreciate what you did earlier. I just paid my rent, and I'm still gonna have a little bit left over for some groceries.
I wish I had a son like Grasshopper.
Oh, Ed found some hyacinth. Good.
Oh, good. Where did you get it in? I'm not even looking at the chat.
He said Wicks.
Oh, you did go to Wix. That's what we were talking about the other day.
I went to my local garden store to get some floating plants, water lettuce, and hyacinth, and they said, "Yeah, we got that 2 weeks ago, sold out the day that it arrived, and we won't get any more until July."
Oh wow, July, huh?
Yeah, and it's very important in my pond because I need the shade and the
Yeah.
super root structure. If you've ever seen the roots on either of
Oh
those
yeah,
plants,
I've had some before.
amazing.
It's a great
Perfect for
root
koi.
structure. If you've
Perfect.
got any fry at all in your pond, boy, that's the best.
And I definitely, because I'm in Tennessee, I make sure that it dies before I remove it from the pond and use it as compost material, because I don't want it in the local waterways here.
Yeah.
But it is a very nice asset in my pond that is exposed 100% to sunlight, and it's basically the only shade in the basin is those floating plants. And the koi, listen, they destroy them. There's a couple I can hide in one corner, and I use a one of those little pond baskets to save one or two. But the koi love nibbling on those things nonstop. That's funny. I just read the back of Terry's shirt, and I showed that picture of Ricky. That's one of Ricky's sayings.
Yeah, it is actually. Janice made this for me special.
Yeah, I remember in when I lived in Oregon, in the eastern part of Oregon, which is semi-arid, the plant that's invasive there is really pretty, but it's the purple loosestrife, and that thing they would totally choke out the waterways there.
Wow.
It's like it's really bad. So you don't want to get invasive plants in your waterways.
Right.
Hey, Bob, you watching?
I am.
Hey, Punchy, I'm backstage.
Somebody's knocking at the door.
There you go. If it comes up.
Do me a favor and open the door.
See how good my Wi-Fi is. It's not coming up.
No, it's not coming up. It's got the purple or the
What?
Yeah, I got a buffering circle on that, Terry.
All right, never mind.
Well, denied something else.
Well, I could probably.
I am so happy, guys. I got my rent paid. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. I think it's awesome you share your gifts and your goals with us. I do. Thank you.
Well, when I started doing this, my goal was that everybody in the fish fam was going to end up being an art collector.
That's fantastic. Good goal. That's forwarding the community, and all the community that wants to go can go. It's a voluntary program. If you don't want to go, don't go. I love it.
Right.
Okay, why is that all blurry all of a sudden?
Oh my God.
Too close. That's a 20 long full of it. Ah, there it goes. See what I mean? It doesn't grow all the way to the surface.
Yeah.
And then this 20 long is the one I've been Evidently, you can't move this camera too quick.
What are your water parameters?
Hard Lake Michigan water.
Mm.
This is the one I've been pulling out from. And like I said, man, it just grows. I mean, it just pulls up like sod. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it really does.
Like a blanket.
You need
What do
some
you-
of that, Bob.
I know I do.
Then this, you can see it's growing all the way to the surface.
Wow.
And then there's also another tank way down at the end that's just choke packed full of it. So, yeah, just email me your address and I'll send you all you want.
Let me know your PayPal or something so I can pay for that and the shipping.
Yeah, just cover the shipping. I'll be cool with it. I mean, all I'm doing is feeding it to fish.
That'll work for me, but you don't have to do that.
Stuff's growing like a
Morning,
weed, literally.
Sharpies. Yay. Good to see you.
Sharpies, Fish, and Phantoms joining the party.
Woke up early.
Yeah, like I say, once I get all my commissions done, I'm going to start on working on some bigger stuff for the shows, which I'll keep you guys updated on. But I'll still do like some small stuff for you guys once in a while too. But the thing you guys got to realize is once I do get back into the swing of doing the art shows and stuff, it's only going to make the stuff that you guys have gotten from me more valuable.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it still is because my name is still out there. I mean, people still know my name. And when I'm still getting art shows asking me to please enter something if I can. So they haven't forgotten me. But once I get back into it, like doing the big art shows and stuff, it will make a big difference too. Especially when I got an invitation the other day from Ducks Unlimited.
Oh,
which I'm going to do something for them.
yeah, you got to make that a priority, Pam. But
the entry is due in September, so I'll probably be starting on something for them first.
Get on
But the thing is Ducks Unlimited is so big that the entry this fall is actually for the show 2 years from now. They already have next year's show set, but they are so big that what I enter in, if I get accepted this fall, it won't be coming out until 2 years later.
Yeah, get
but
in
I'll
there.
guarantee you, if you get something that they like well enough to make prints of and sell at their little shows that they do,
Yes.
The value of your work and the the people wanting your work goes up so
The
much.
demand. I'll tell you another lead that comes from that, Pam. If you can get accepted by Ducks Unlimited, then it's a good time to submit to the U.S. Post Office, which also has a year's waiting list. But with the Ducks Unlimited acceptance commission, whatever you end up getting with them, it really helps you to rise to the top of the U.S. Post Office stack. And once you become a U.S. Post Office artist, then the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Well,
And
Ducks Unlimited and the Duck Stamp too is another big one, but they
the Duck
have
Stamp they will pay you. The post office, they don't pay squat, but they make you, if that makes sense.
yeah.
And I saw a movie.
That's the way the
movie.
Ducks Unlimited is they don't even want the original. If they accept you,
Right.
they will fly you out to their printer to sign all the prints.
Yes.
And then they give you so many of the prints to sell yourself, and they sell the other ones at their shows all over the country.
Cha-ching.
But you basically you have it made if you get either Ducks Unlimited or the Duck Stamp. You don't have any more worries because people are going to be scrambling to get your work.
Yeah. So the duck stamp sold through the post office and the U.S. postage. Huge opportunities. It's years in waiting, and all you can do is submit. You can do it online,
Yeah.
but it's years of waiting. But once you get Ducks Unlimited gives you the nod on ducks, you're basically you have no competition. I was going to tell you I watched a movie this week, and it was a subtitle movie. It was a foreign film about an artist and his gallery owner that was selling his work, and they figured out that if they could fake his death, they
Oh
could sell
yeah.
his work for more, and they did. And
Oh
it's
my
based
God.
on a true story. And they got caught, of course, and so they had to do community service. And then the art community thought even the act of fraud, faking an artist's death, was art. And the art just went through the roof. And he went from selling big original oil paintings, I mean, near mural size for $30 to making millions of dollars. It was so funny. So I was thinking, if I could convince Pam to fake her death, she wouldn't have to move far. She'd just have to move out of that address. She could move next door. I'd broker all of her paintings. We'd both be rich.
Yeah, every so often you'd start uncovering unknown works.
Oh,
Oh,
Terry.
we didn't know this one existed.
Yeah. So the guy, you nailed it, man. So the gallery artist says, I've uncovered a new basement full of paintings he did when he lived with his mom in the 80s. And then the scene cut to his new studio where he was hiding out, and he said, the gallery owner said, make it 84. I told him the 80s.
Yeah. I know in Scappoose, Oregon, where I grew up, it's a little town. This old lady died, and her kids donated everything in her house, inside the house, to the Boy Scouts. And they were cleaning out her attic, and they found an original Charlie Russell painting. An original that had never been published or anything before. So, yeah.
Yeah, I hear that flea market, estate sale, art finds, and good for the people who find it. But man, it's such a pipe dream to buy a 15-cent painting that ends up being worth 15 million.
Yeah. But one of the things that I want to do, of course, I'm going to look over my ducks and decide about and do a duck too. But I also want to do, they have the duck stamp does big game animals too. And I kind of have a reference photo picked out that I'm going to do a big oil painting of.
A buffalo?
No, it's not. I'll show you the photo. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on just a minute. And I can make a fantastic
Dang.
from this.
Ed just sent me a picture of some of his Val that's 5 feet long.
Wow.
Did yours come from Monica too, Ed?
Redbird, man, I love redbirds. Have you seen my redbird ukulele?
I have. It's awesome.
Yeah, this company sent me the soundboard. I painted my redbird graphic on it, sent it back to them. They made my ukulele, engraved redbird in the neck. I love this thing.
But I was looking through my photos, and this guy here, Rack, look at this one. Of course, it's not going to be exactly like this. I'll trim it down, but this is going to be like I think I'm going to do like a 22 by 28 oil painting of this one.
Oh yeah, what kind of sheep is that?
That's Bighorn Sheep.
Bighorn.
Yep.
I shot one of those in Alaska.
And
Is that what they are in Alaska? I saw some at Denali. I forget the name
they got them in Alaska too. I would love to go up to Alaska and get some photographs of doll sheep, though.
Doll sheep. That's what they called them. Yeah, doll
white
sheep.
ones. Yeah.
Yep.
But this guy, it was breeding season, and he had picked out his little ewe there. You can see the way his eyes are kind of rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was looking. I was across the road from him, and had stepped out of my truck to get the photographs, and he was eyeing me pretty good, like I was gonna challenge him for his
Yeah,
girlfriend.
he had his eye on you.
Yep. But that is what's gonna make it. I mean, it's gonna be a fantastic painting if I don't mess it up.
Yeah. You work it out.
That was funny, right?
Would a
Because
baby
of
be a little bighorn?
the whole
Absolutely.
feeling
it
of
would,
it with,
Marcus.
of course, I'll exaggerate it a little bit with the male looking all pissed off and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be one of the paintings I'm gonna do.
Paint it make it a cold early morning, early spring with some vapor coming out of his snout.
Yeah. I never know. One time I was doing an oil painting of a bear, and I didn't know what to do as a background. I was working on the bear itself, and he was coming down off some rocks, and I didn't know what to do with the background. And I went to bed, and I woke up at 2:00 in the morning and said, I'm going to put some storm clouds behind him. And I had to start painting on it right then.
Inspiration, that's what they call that, right?
Yep. Waking up in the middle of the night to start painting again because you had an idea. Which that one, I'll show you that painting really quick.
If I disappear, my battery's getting low. I've got some time, but
Where did he go?
Immediate.
I've lost him. Oh, there he is. This was a 36 by 48 oil painting.
Big one.
Yes, it was a very big painting. I'll show you real quick. And like I say, this is one I got up at 2:00 in the morning and started painting the sky. Because I'm weird that way. That's not what I want to do. I want to share screen. And then go to that one and that one. And
all right. Thanks, Crown Tail Half Moon. Oh,
yep,
yeah.
That was 36 by 48.
Oh, Pam is so good. The storm clouds work. They work so well.
I sold it for $6,000.
You did good on that one. Way to go, girl. Did you get that one, Pam?
And it was used on the cover of a small magazine in Montana too. They wrote and asked me if they could use it on the cover 1 month. So
is that the one Terry got? The original Terry got?
yeah, I sold that one for $6,000.
That's out of Terry. That's out of Terry's price range.
Right.
Unless I can fish out of it, I ain't spending that much money on it.
I wonder what we could flip Pam's art for.
Really?
And I'm gonna let her do all these shows first, and then I'll.
Yeah, when I get back into shows, especially like if I get something into Ducks Unlimited, the value of everything you guys have is going to go way up.
I believe that. I think that's a true statement.
If the value of that, if all that happens, I'll take a picture of this one, frame it, and just switch them out. My wife won't know.
Grasshopper says we have to kill her first. Thanks.
Got to find her storage unit first.
No, Bob, I've been studying these tiny houses. We get her a 2-bedroom tiny house, kitchenette, bathroom. She's got a bedroom and a studio. It's all she needs.
Right.
We don't really have to take care of her. We'll just hide her. And we're going to take care of everything.
Well, that way, all the new undiscovered art, can still come out.
Yes, crank them out every day. Just paint.
I do
You
have
see-
a couple paintings in my storage unit.
Mm-hmm. See
Believe
that?
it or not, Bob.
Hey,
Oh, I know.
GRP.
I've been paying attention.
See, that's the one thing that does suck about being really hardcore into fish and stuff. It's, I'd like to tell you to do more fish stuff, but it's such a niche audience that, it's hard to get good money out of fish paintings.
This one is a 22 by 28 oil painting that I've actually never shown in a gallery or anything. It's just been in my storage unit. Just sitting there. I don't know why, but like I say, it's 22 by 28. And hang on here, I'll show you guys. I bet you Rack is going to like this one because it's a bird.
Bet you're right.
That one there. That one's sitting in my storage unit.
Ooh, is that a tundra swan?
Yep. Or no, it's not. It's a trumpeter.
Trumpeter swan. Wow.
Yep.
We have. I saw one of those in Tennessee, and it was right, Terry. It was right across the street from the Bristol Motor Speedway, in the campground park area, and it was the first record of a trumpeter swan in Tennessee in over 200
Oh,
years.
cool.
200 years.
Wow.
What you want?
This
for
one was
that?
in the lagoon when I lived in Livingston, Montana. There would be about 6 of them that would stop by on their way up north every spring, and then in the fall they'd stop by on their way down south. And this is one of them.
They're huge. I saw them
Oh
living.
yeah,
at,
and their feet. Oh my God, have you seen their feet?
Yeah. I saw them at Pea Island National Wildlife Refuge on the Outer Banks, North Carolina.
They
Enormous.
look like hang on and I'll show you some photographs. I've never painted one with their feet showing because of the fact that their feet look like they're wearing combat boots.
Oh wow!
I
mean, they got these huge black feet.
All we've got around here are those muted swans, and it's to a point where they're actually an invasive species.
Oh, they are an invasive species. The first ones were brought over from England, and they've got them like all over the East Coast. And they there's a certain point because they take over the waterway, and they've driven out the tundra swans and stuff. Used to stop by there, and you rarely see them anymore because the trumpeter swans have taken over all the lakes and stuff because they will not leave. Like they'll when they have a waterway, that's it. They're there forever. But if you get I don't remember exactly where the cutoff line is, but past a certain point, if you want a pair of trumpeter swans in your backyard pond or something, they have to be sterilized because they don't want them getting out to the West Coast and getting rid of all the trumpeter swans and the tundra swans that come through here on the West Coast, because that's what they did on the East Coast. But they were originally brought over from England, and in the law books, this is so silly, but in the law books, they still technically belong to the Queen of England. All the swans, the mute swans, technically are the property of the Queen of England.
She needs to come and get them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Come and get them
back. And
No,
they are
along those
mean.
lines,
Oh my gosh, they are the meanest.
They're
birds.
very aggressive. A friend of mine is a curator of one of the exhibits at the National Zoo in D.C. When I was in the amphibian, he was on my board, and he gave a presentation talking about the pandas at the National Zoo in Washington, and those pandas do not belong to us.
Yeah, they belong to China and they're on loan.
No, lease. They're on lease.
They're on lease, okay.
Get this. This is, I'm repeating what I learned in the presentation from an employee. So fact check me. It could have changed, but at the time I heard it, we were paying as a country $1 million per panda per year.
Whoa.
And then so we did so well at keeping them at the National Zoo that they bred in captivity. So we had a male and a female, and maybe it was Ping and Pong. I don't know if those are the ones that actually bred or not. So they had this baby panda, right? So now we have a baby panda. And, you know, based on our logic, what we would say about zoo loans, we would think now America has its own panda, right? No, no, that panda, the baby panda that we bred and set up this captive situation that made them so happy they reproduced, the baby panda also belongs to China, and we have to pay an extra $1 million per year to keep it in the
To keep
United
it.
States.
Oh my God.
I was like,
But look at the feet on those. Those are trumpeter swans
those are
standing on
combat
standing
birds.
on ice. Look at those combat boots. Aren't they huge?
Yeah,
Some
and
big
that
fish.
you really can't tell how big the swan is there. It's huge.
Oh yeah, they are big, big birds. But they've
Like
got
7 foot
really
wingspan or
big
something.
feet.
Enormous.
But I don't know what they got, where they were before they always came in Livingston. I know these are spring because when they come in the spring, they always had orange on their head, and that's not the color they are. That's something that's from wherever they were coming from. And when they came back in the fall on their way back south, they weren't orange like that.
I can tell you what that is, Pam.
What is it?
Mud from the bottom of where they're feeding. See how that one's brown
Yeah,
all the way down the neck?
see how orange its head is?
Yep, that's where
Yep.
they feed in the mud, and they dig through the mud to bring up invertebrate and things to eat.
Ah, okay. Yeah, but when they come back down from up north, they don't have that on them. But when they're coming up in the spring, they have that on them.
Rack nose things.
Yeah.
Books.
And they mate for life too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Unlike humans.
Right.
And this is a male and a female like doing their mating dance.
Oh, he's got game.
Yeah. But they're pretty birds. I really like them. I like them. They're huge, but they're not as aggressive as the mute swans are.
Right, they're not.
Here's one picture of them doing their mating thing. They're really pretty birds.
A panda burger would taste like a lot of jail time. That's what it would taste like.
And this is my favorite. Actually, that's my favorite picture. I was sitting at the picnic table throwing him pieces of bread, and I finished off the loaf of bread, and he came and walked right up to the table, like right in my face, and was like, "You got any more? Huh?"
We can't see it,
Yeah,
man.
you're not sharing your
Oh,
screen.
I'm not sharing it? Okay. Hang on, I'll share this again.
Damn it, Pam.
Because you got to see this one, because this is the best picture ever.
We have fun, don't we?
There you go.
Oh, that is great. I love that. That is outstanding.
Yep, he was asking me if I had any more bread with me.
That's exactly what that look is.
Pam, I think those are the paintings that sell.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an expression that you read into. It's not just a depiction of the bird as if it came out of a field guide. That's awesome.
But like I say, they're huge. I mean, they are really big, but they are not aggressive. But those mute swans, those guys are nasty mean. Nasty mean. I remember one time I was going to do a painting of one, and I got my daughter to, there was two in this pond, a pair of them in a pond. So I gave a loaf of bread to my daughter and was having her like throw little pieces to them. And they came right out of the water and chased her back to the car, and she was screaming her head off. Like I say, they're mean.
A farmer asked me to get him some black swans, black mute swans,
Oh, those are pretty. I've seen those.
in the 80s, or this was the 80s, 90s. It was in the 90s. And so I found them in Florida. A guy was breeding them, and I quoted him. I went back to the farmer and told him, you know, it's $10,000 a piece.
Wow.
He said he didn't want them that bad. He was thinking $100 or $200 a piece.
Oh no, they're expensive.
Yeah, I told him he was thinking about chickens.
This is one of the paintings of a mute swan that I did. This one actually ended up in the show at the Salmagundi in New York City. It was a 12 by 24 painting.
You could just step right in that water. I mean, I don't know how you do it. That's a good Pam.
Yeah, I have to agree. So, some portraits of the actual like people and stuff, they look so realistic. You're almost like, oh my god, it's a photograph.
No, they gotta look better than a photograph.
Yeah, they have more soul than a photograph.
Don't make me come in there. Oh, did I say that out loud? They start Chihuahuas. Roughhousing.
That's why it has those
This
knives
one-
on his chest.
I had flashbacks of my mom yelling at us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't
This
make me
is
pull this
great.
man over.
I'm gonna make a print of her because a lot of people want a print of her.
Actually, when you Google search your name, that's one of the first ones that pops up.
Let me see if that's still true.
Is that Grace?
Yeah.
I'd like to have one.
First one that came up in my search was the old man in the railroad looking
Oh, yeah.
hat
Yeah.
and the bibbed overalls.
Yep, that one got first place in the oils at the Cheyenne Frontier Days.
That's amazing. That's just an amazing painting.
And then plus I sold it for $3,000 at that show. So,
Sold it cheap.
and then plus I got like $800 prize money from it. So yeah, and that one was used on the cover of a magazine on Cape Cod when I was there. So, yeah,
Have you ever had anything on the cover of Rolling Stone?
no.
The second one that comes up on my search is Cow Creek Contender.
Oh yeah, the mule deer.
Yeah, big one.
Yep. That was a pretty good sized painting too. I don't remember how big it was, but it was a big one.
I made the cover of a Greek fish keeping magazine.
Cool.
I didn't get any money for it. The guy emailed
Hello.
me and was like,
Oh.
"Hey, can I use your picture of your hilarious catfish for a cover of?" And he mentioned the name of it, and I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." They gave me credit for it.
You got a photo credit. That's cool. Amazonas magazine ran my Project Piaba aquarium kit video in their magazine. That was cool.
That was cool. I remember that.
I thought we would have established a collaborative avenue there, and it was like a one of. I'm like, well, shit. I mean, you could have expanded your subscriber base and helped a lot of YouTubers out. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. That was my thinking.
And then this drawing here, after I posted online, I had some people get a hold of me, and what they ended up putting it in a book that they put out called Modern Masters or something like that. And they had a little short like biography. And let me see if I can get to it here and show you. Hold on. But this was a charcoal drawing. And it got published in a book along with my biography. That one there.
Oh yeah.
I remember seeing that one.
Well, what book was it?
It was called, I forget the name of it. It was put out by a college, an art college, which is funny because I never went to art school.
Right.
But they put out a book that I remember it was called something like Modern Masters or something like that. I have a copy of it in storage, but I don't have it with me. But anyway, yeah, they use that in their book. And then I also got some, wildlife, like a coffee table type book on contemporary wildlife art. And I think there's 4 of my wildlife paintings in that, along with a biography. But I never bought a copy of it. Don't ask me why, but I never did. But I think it's still on Amazon, so I probably could. But I kind of think I might be sounding like I'm bragging or something now, so I will quit talking about that stuff.
It's just what happened, so that's not bragging.
But the painting of Grace, I've got a couple different stories about her, but I'll tell you the one was I got invited to go up to Red Lodge in Montana to a gallery that was just opening up, and they wanted me to come up for the weekend and do some painting demonstrations on the sidewalk while they had their big grand opening day. And it was a lot of fun. Actually, I ended up they had me stay for almost a week, and my daughter and they gave us this apartment, little old apartment that was above the gallery, that was all decorated, really cool and stuff, like what do you call it, shabby chic.
Careful.
So that was fun, and we took our bicycles up and we rode all over town all week. But anyway, so I was painting on the sidewalk, doing demonstrations all day long for several days, and they gave me one wall inside the gallery and told me to bring whatever I wanted up, while I was doing a demonstration, so that people could see some of my finished work. And one of the paintings that I took up there was Grace. And when it was time to go home, I told them I would be back up in a week because I had an elk that I'd been working on for the demonstration, and I said I'd bring the elk back up in a week. And I asked them if I could just leave Grace there for the week, and I'd pick her up the next weekend. And you know what they told me, Rack? This lady that owned the gallery told me, and she said, "Oh no," she says, "we don't have those people here." And I was so pissed. I took it home, and when I went up the next weekend and took the elk up there, this gallery owner asked me, she says, "Do you still have Grace?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, can you bring her back?" And I said, "No, I'm not going to bring her back up here," because I was mad about it. It pissed me off. I can't stand bigotry like that.
Yeah, me either, Pam.
So I was pissed, and I said, "No, I'm not bringing it back up here." And then after she left, she was a little bit upset with me, but she left, and the guy that worked in the gallery came over and talked to me, and he said, "You know why she wants that painting back up here?" And I said, "No, why?" And he said, "Because there was 3 different groups of people that had over 10 people per group, where somebody had seen that painting over the weekend it was there and brought their friends back to see the painting. There was 3 different huge groups of people that wanted to see that painting during the week, but it was gone because she didn't think, that she wanted a painting with a black woman in it hanging in her gallery. So that's why she wanted it back.
Yeah, I've never met someone in private conversation that was an actual bigot. That's more of a group think. I can get a high five in this group if I think that way.
Right.
And unfortunately, many times it involves a group of people, but it goes well beyond that. That click think. It's not even a true group think, just click think, and
Yeah.
it limits everybody in the community. And I
Yep.
don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No, it pissed me off really bad when she did that, and I never did take it back up there. I ended up selling it. I had hung it up in a gallery when I lived on Cape Cod. It was hanging there for a while, and a guy from Connecticut had seen it there, and he tracked me down on the internet until he found someplace that had my email, and he emailed me and asked me if he could buy it from me. So it ended up going to this guy in Connecticut. But yeah, that pissed me off.
I don't mean to interrupt. That was a pretty interesting story, but I just wanted to say goodbye to everybody. It's going on 1 o'clock. I gotta
Oh
get.
my gosh, it is that late, and I'm at like 3 hours into my live stream. I should probably
And Bob and I are in the
call it
East
a night.
saying, "What are you whining about?"
Bob,
Right.
Rack, Pam, you guys all have a good one. Everybody in
Well,
chat,
thanks for coming up, Terry.
peace out,
You,
man.
Terry.
I'm
See you
out of
later,
here.
Terry.
Okay, guys, so I am going to go ahead and say goodnight because it is almost midnight here. So it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning over there.
Is anybody else noticing Pam and Terry leaving the same time?
Yeah, right.
Just saying.
Oh, Bob.
It's because, I don't want to keep Bob up because he's too old to stay up this late.
I'm only about an hour into feeding fish. I'm going to be up.
I am going to be, this is June 1st. The end of this month, I'm going to turn 67.
Yep.
Can you believe that shit?
Yeah.
I never thought I would live to see 67 when I was a kid.
Me either.
Pam, did you post the meme? I never thought I'd be this old, but look at me now, killing it.
No, I didn't post that one, but I should.
I'm doing this instead of practicing my ukulele, so I can probably practice some ukulele after we end here.
So I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, and thank
Pam,
you. For
are you going to be on tomorrow? Are you going to do something?
I don't know if I should or just wait till next week and auction some more stuff off next week.
I think it's an and, not an or, but I want to know what you think.
If I did do one tomorrow night, I'd probably only have like one finished and maybe a ACO card or two.
Okay.
I suppose I could. I might try it.
I hope you do. I encourage you to.
You only had two tonight?
If I do, I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
I'll send you, to get on.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm going to tell everybody good night and thanks for coming up. And Mooney just came in. Hi and bye, Mooney. And thank you, Plushie and Fish Dreams. I'm sorry, Fish Dreams. One of these days, I will make sure you get a drawing.
It'll happen.
And love you guys. Good night, Grasshopper. Good night, Ed. Good night, everybody still in here.
Good night.
And good night, lurkers. Bye.
Bye.